We are finally back to covering free PC VR games, and this video series is now monthly. So here's all the free PC VR games for June 2019. Chicks and Tricks is an asymmetrical local multiplayer game, with a VR player playing a farmer, and the PC player playing the hungry fox, named Tricks. 100 baby chicks are going to be fired out of the henhouse, and the farmer needs to scoop up as many chicks as they can to place inside the pens of safety, while Tricks the hungry fox tries to run around and eat as many chicks as they can. Tricks moves very fast, so it's a real challenge for the farmer to keep the chicks safe from being gobbled up by Tricks. But thankfully, the farmer can use the net to smack Tricks to put her to sleep or send her out of the playing field to buy more time. Whoever saves or eats the most chicks at the end of the game wins. My wife and I had a lot of fun playing this. It's instantly playable and a great time. Beat Saber Origins. To celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Beat Saber release, the devs have released an early prototype for free to download. It consists of one 2-minute song, and even though it's an early prototype, the gameplay is largely the same as you would expect from the full version, albeit with just one song. If you already own Beat Saber, there's nothing for you here. But if you don't, it's a nice early prototype to try out. In the first light, shadow monsters are trying to terrorize you to stop you from going to sleep. But tonight, you take a stand. So as the shadow monsters march toward your shadow castle, use your hands in the moonlight to create shadows of weapons and shields to stop them. Press all of the buttons on your controller to create a frying pan shadow, and that will stop their projectiles from harming your castle. Otherwise, press the trigger button and you'll fire your shadow gun at the shadow monsters. You win the game by eventually shooting and killing the giant dragon that's attacking your shadow castle. This game is over pretty quickly, but I find it such a creative premise that I think it's worth a spin. This game was originally made for Oculus, so when I played this on my Vive, I was actually standing way high in the ceiling, so I had to use advanced settings to actually get down on the floor. But after that, I was good to go. Give this a shot for a short but very creative game. Forest Blocks is a sandbox game, where you are granted an infinite supply of blocks of different shapes. Draw out as many blocks as you like to just play around and do whatever you want. It features pretty environments and soothing music. There's no goals or anything, but if you feel like just playing around with blocks with childlike wonder, then give it a shot.
Hey, cutie!
In Housin Hermans, evil seagulls are overly hungry for hermans, so you need to house them inside shells to keep them safe so the seagulls don't pick them up. Keep the hermans safe for long enough and they grow to full size. At the end of 5 minutes, you're scored on how many full-size hermans you were able to save. It's a cute and charming little timed challenge that's easy to pick up and play right away. This game requires a room scale of 2 meters by 2 meters to reach all of the hermans. If you like casual timed challenges, definitely check it out. Liquid Marx aims to challenge you by learning and applying economic principles from Karl Marx by using an abstract machine that requires mixing and managing glasses of liquid. By pouring liquid into different glasses, you're applying economic principles of capital and spending. It's definitely a creative little premise for a game, but to be honest, this entire game was way over my head, and I really had trouble understanding what was going on. But if you're much smarter than I am, definitely give it a shot. It's pretty well made. Soundstorm is a gun-based rhythm shooting game. Choose from 4 different tracks, choose an arena, and a difficulty mode. There's 2 things going on at the same time, which I find a little tricky to follow. Each target consists of 2 spheres, a big one and a small one. They're both slowly joining together into the same size, and when they join together, that's when you shoot that sphere. But there's also a glowing dot showing you the next pair of spheres in the sequence. And somehow my brain had trouble following both of those things at the same time. As a result, I found this incredibly challenging, but I do admit it's overall well made. If you're a multitasking master and can follow all this stuff, then give it a shot. In VR Puzzle Hamster, you embody a little hamster inside a ball, and you need to escape the evil scientist's cage by outsmarting his puzzles. Right now it only features one level, with level 2 coming soon. The puzzles are pretty straightforward and simple, hitting the right switch to activate the right mechanism that lets you proceed through the level, and so on. But it's quite a lighthearted and charming atmosphere, and using your hands to move your hamster ball is a unique motion controller mechanic I haven't seen before. It's a simple game, but I really enjoyed it. Puppy Chef Academy was once a paid game, but now it's free. It's a cooking game with a ton of role-playing story. You're a newcomer to a cooking school, and you're trying to fit in. You become friends with another student, and also try to excel at the cooking curriculum. This game is an interesting mix, because I initially expected it to be mostly cooking with a little bit of story, but it's actually the other way around. I found the vast majority of the game to be role-playing storyline. In the story, there's plenty of humor and well-written dialogue. The cooking portions themselves are straightforward and easy to do. There's no measuring of ingredients. When you're pouring an ingredient, it automatically stops when it's done. But even though the cooking portions were relatively easy, I still enjoyed them. They're my favorite part of the game. Like I said before, this game is an interesting mix, and it's dominated by story scenes. I would call this a family-friendly visual novel with cooking elements sprinkled in. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then definitely check it out. Blast the Past puts you in control of a wrecking ball, and you need to take down some buildings. You may recall that I've covered this game before, but they recently came out with a big update that includes new houses to destroy and lots of secrets to find. So it's worth revisiting. It's a simple game, but it's full of personality and fun destruction to be had. Aliens Attack VR is a chaotic and exciting score-chasing shooting game. Waves of multiple aliens are trying to destroy your energy pillars, and you need to keep them safe for as long as you can. You have two unique weapons. On your left hand you have a gun that sucks, on your right hand you have a gun that shoots lasers. The ghost-like blobby aliens you can only kill by using your left gun to suck them. The drone UFOs you can only destroy by shooting them with your right gun. And the UFOs with aliens inside them you can only destroy by using your right-hand gun to destroy their ship, and then after that using your left-hand gun to suck them. Things get busy really quickly since you're defending from two sides, so it soon becomes a barrage of multitasking overload. Everything is very well made with great graphics and sound design. I found this really fun for casual play. I recommend you check it out. Beyond the Stars VR is a free experience that I'm actually a little torn about. At first, this really had my curiosity, because it has great character animation and overall production design. You progress through a magical cave learning some mythology, and it's all accompanied by quality animation and voice acting.
He started a terrible war, and although he was defeated, the Guardians were weak.
And at the end, you get to choose which power you want to help you on your journey.
Choose an element to help you on your journey.
After you choose your power, the game is over, so it's about 5 minutes long. And at first I was excited because I thought this was a teaser for what was going to become a full VR game, but this is actually just an introductory teaser for a mobile game, which I find a real shame, because this 5-minute introduction is done really well, and if this was a full game, it would be a really great game. So like I said, I'm torn on this one. It's a well-made 5-minute experience, but it's only gonna make you wish it was an intro for a bigger VR game and not not a mobile game. Dodge the Wall is a contortionist obstacle course challenge. Walls are moving toward you, and you need to fit inside the strange gaps inside the wall as best you can. Collect the coins for bonus points, but after so many hits, the game will be over. It's a cute little physical challenge, but I think this would really be good as a party game with friends taking turns. Kaisuo is a gorgeous looking puzzle box game, and unfortunately I have to admit this game really got the best of me early on and I got stuck much earlier than I care to admit to. But until then, I was having a good time. I highly recommend you try this, it's beautiful. Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. See ya!